This was my vision board that I made in 2024 going into 2025. Let's review it and see everything I was actually able to accomplish and everything that I wasn't able to accomplish. Starting off in this whole area, this was just traveling in general and all the places I wanted to hit. The places I had down was New York, Chicago, Georgia, Ecuador, Tennessee, Texas, a cruise, and Disney. And out of all of these, what we did was New York, Chicago, and a cruise. I really wish I would have listened to this image when I specified a Royal Caribbean cruise because we went on an MSC cruise and I got terribly sick. Honestly though, the fact that we got to go to Chicago at all this year kind of trumps the fact that we went to Chicago this year honestly means more to me than any other place on this board. I hadn't been able to see my family since I was 17 years old or just be back home in general, and I got to take my man to meet my family. Over here, next we have is a stack of books. In 2025, I really wanted to read more. I did read more than I did in 2024, but I would have liked to have read more. The next thing on top of that is a quote that says, "Just remember, everything will be okay," and then in parentheses, "Believe me." 2024 was really hard for me mentally, emotionally, physically, every other way. But something told me to hold out hope, and something really told me that 2025 was going to be a year that I was really going to love. And yeah, being 24, 2025 was literally my favorite year of living of my entire life. Next thing we have here is the gym, which my boyfriend and I have actually been really consistent since we moved into this apartment. And the bottom of here was a set of keys for us to be motivated to get our own apartment. The time that I made this, my boyfriend and I were living in one room, and we would just constantly talk about having our own space to be able to just really create, to have our own kitchen, to do whatever we want. And as you can see, in 2025 we were able to make that happen, and I'm really proud that we were able to do that for ourselves. This next one here is just like a circle of people holding hands, and it was to signify relationships in my life. In 2024 going into 2025, I had so many broken relationships in my life. Happy to say that in 2025 I really made that my mission to switch. I had the courage and the strength to actually break friendships that I no longer needed in my life, and I actually was able to give all that time that I was giving to those broken relationships into relationships that really mattered and really strengthened them. And going into 2026, I have the best support system I could ever ask for in my entire life. This one here in the bottom corner is concerts, but if you know my boyfriend and I, you know concerts are just, that's an every year thing. That thing's never gonna stop. In a way, I kind of did manifest this exactly to happen. 2025 was the year that I let go of my car, and it was so sad to see him get driven off of the driveway. I knew that my car was dying, so I kind of wanted to manifest me getting a car, and at the time, my boyfriend already had this Toyota Corolla in black, and I really liked the car, and I was like, oh, it'd be cute if we had a matching car. What ended up happening was that we realized that we kind of only need one car. It's our first child. Usually couples start with like a dog or something. We started with a car. So next up is this camera and the 100,000 followers. I did not at all expect to hit 100,000 followers by the end of 2025, to keep posting and keep being consistent and to keep growing your following. And then all around we have just like dollar bills flying around because I wanted to channel a good paying job and a stable job, and I was able to find that in 2025. I would say all of these came true. Make a vision board, believe in your delusions. Now it's time to make my board for 2026.